Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into the high-stakes world of celebrity. And look, fame isn't just about talent anymore. It's a full-on business. Every single public move, every beef, every new project, it's all a calculated part of building or, defending an empire. So let's pull back the curtain and see what's really going on behind the brand.
Being famous is so much more than just being in the spotlight. It's about managing a brand, steering public perception, and making these huge, sometimes multi-million-dollar decisions under incredible pressure. Today, we're going to look at how everything, feuds, personal crises, and ambitious new ventures all become just another part of the business of being a star. All right, so first up, we're starting with a classic move in the celebrity playbook, the long-standing feud. Because let's be real, in the business of fame, old beefs never really die. They just get repackaged as new opportunities for brand management.
And that brings us to Cardi B and Rah Ali. Their tension goes way, way back to that now infamous fight back in 2018. Well, you fast forward to today, they have a chance encounter at an airport in Cannes, of all places, and boom, that old conflict just bubbles right back up to the surface, sparking a whole new war of words online.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because what you're seeing here are two masters of public image at work. On one side, you've got Cardi B's version, which is all about reclaiming her power, street justice. Then you have Rah Ali's version, which is one of calm, calculated denial. The key thing is, both are carefully crafted stories designed to control exactly how their audience sees them.
And this quote? It says everything. This shows you the absolute core of Cardi's brand. To her, this isn't just some petty argument. It's about reinforcing her whole identity, that from the Bronx authenticity. She's tough, she doesn't back down. For her, getting her lick back isn't just personal, it's business. It's pure brand maintenance.
Okay, but managing a rival's one thing. What happens when the fight isn't with someone else, but it's with your own personal life? Well, that's when private struggles become a very public problem, and they can carry a massive professional cost. I mean, a perfect example of this is the incredible sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson. Her career has had these amazing highs, but also some very, very public setbacks. Her recent arrest after an alleged dispute with her boyfriend, Christian Coleman, puts her brand, and frankly her future on the track, under some really intense and unforgiving scrutiny. So according to the reports, here's how it all went down at the Seattle airport. It starts with a verbal fight that quickly turns physical. There was alleged pushing, a pair of headphones reportedly got thrown, and it all ended with Richardson's arrest. And even though Coleman decided not to press charges, the damage to her public image was already done, putting her spot in upcoming championships in serious doubt.
And legal troubles aren't the only private matter that can blow up into a public battlefield. Sometimes the conflict is all about money, and that's when personal finances get turned into a weapon for public debate, which brings us to the case of Erica Mena and Safaree Samuels.
The entire dispute really centers on this one very specific number, $4,305. That's the monthly child support a judge ordered Safaree to pay, but he's argued for it to be lowered, claiming his income has dropped, and that has sparked an absolutely fiery public battle with his ex-wife.
Erica Mena has not held back at all. She's used her huge social media platform to label Safaree the world's poster boy deadbeat. I mean, she's painting this picture of a father who's avoiding his responsibilities, and that is a really powerful and damaging narrative, especially in the court of public opinion.
But, of course, Safaree is fighting back with his own story. He claims that deadbeat label is totally false and that he's actually the one being kept from being a father. So here's the crucial point. They are both using their platforms to basically sue each other over their reputations in real time, just battling it out for public sympathy.
So, we've seen how celebrity brands play defense, right, during conflicts and crises. But the other side of that coin is offense, creation and expansion. This is where fame isn't just being protected, it's being used to build global empires, often by playing a completely new entrepreneurial game. And there's probably no better example of this right now than Megan Thee Stallion. She is taking her massive musical success and turning it into a really strategic new role, executive producer of a major cross-cultural TV show. Believe me, this is not just some little side project, it's a major business move. So the show is called K-Popped. It's an 8-part series where legendary Western artists team up with some of the biggest groups in K-pop. The whole idea is for them to compete in front of a live audience in Seoul to create the best new version of an iconic hit. It's a really fascinating cultural exchange.
And the lineup itself? It is a masterclass in business strategy. Just think about it. You're pairing the established legacy and, the nostalgia of Western icons like Patti LaBelle with the massive global fan bases of K-pop powerhouses like ITZY. And then you bring in producers like Megan, Psy, and Lionel Richie, who each represent a totally different era and genre of global stardom. This isn't just a TV show. It's a calculated fusion of markets designed for maximum global reach.
So we've looked at conflict, we've seen crisis, and we've seen creation. Let's try to pull it all together now and look at this idea of a celebrity balance sheet, where every single public event becomes an entry, either a liability or an asset.
When you lay it all out like this, you can really see the different strategies in play. You've got Cardi B, whose approach to a historic rivalry is all about controlling the story. Then there's Sha'Carri Richardson, who has to navigate a personal crisis under a global microscope. Erica Mena and Safaree are literally using social media as their courtroom. And Megan Thee Stallion, she's focused on pure brand expansion, building a whole new kind of empire. See? Each one is managing their own version of rich folks' business.
And that kind of leaves us with the final question, doesn't it? In this incredibly high-stakes game where every single part of your life is either an asset or a liability on a public balance sheet, what is the real bottom line? Is it money? Is it legacy? Or is it just the art of surviving the spotlight? That right there is the complex math of rich folks' business. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.